In the whirlwind, the constant hustle, and the relentless demands of modern life, peace can seem elusive, a distant dream obscured by the noise and pressures surrounding us. It's easy to feel swept away by the current, struggling to find solid ground. We chase desires, often mistaking fleeting pleasures for lasting contentment. We believe that acquiring more will somehow fill an inner void. We cling to possessions, believing they define us, provide security, and offer a sense of worth. We become attached to things that are ultimately impermanent and crave certainty, desperately seeking to control every aspect of our lives, fearing the unknown and resisting the natural flow of change. But true peace, according to Zen wisdom, lies in letting go. It's about releasing our tight grip on expectations and accepting the present moment as it is. This is the practice of non-attachment, a core principle in Zen Buddhism that offers a pathway to liberation from suffering. Non-attachment doesn't mean becoming indifferent or detached from life. It's not about withdrawing from the world or suppressing our emotions. It means engaging fully without grasping or clinging. It's about experiencing life's joys and sorrows without allowing them to define us or control our happiness. It's about releasing the need to control, recognizing that much of life is beyond our direct influence, and finding peace in surrendering to the present moment. To possess understanding that material things are transient and that our true worth lies within, not in what we own. To dictate outcomes, accepting that life is unpredictable and that resisting change only leads to suffering. When we learn to let go, we open ourselves to a deeper experience of life. We become more resilient, adaptable, and free from the burden of expectations. We find serenity amidst the chaos, discovering an inner stillness that remains undisturbed by external circumstances. Joy in the simple things, appreciating the beauty and wonder that surrounds us every day without needing grand gestures or extraordinary events. And freedom in the face of change, embracing the impermanence of life and finding strength in our ability to adapt and evolve. This video explores the transformative power of non-attachment, offering insights and practices to help you cultivate a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Through ancient Zen stories and practical steps, we'll delve into the wisdom of letting go and discover how it can unlock a deeper sense of freedom and joy. We'll discover how to loosen the grip of attachment and embrace a life of greater peace and happiness, finding contentment in the present moment and trusting in the unfolding of life. Attachment is like holding on to a handful of sand. The tighter we squeeze, the more it slips through our fingers. We cling to possessions, relationships, and ideas, believing they bring us security and happiness. But everything in life is impermanent. Change is the only constant. Clinging to what is fleeting only creates suffering when those things inevitably change or disappear. When we let go of our need to control, we open ourselves to the flow of life. We can appreciate the beauty of the present moment without fearing its passing. This is where true freedom lies. In the heart of a serene landscape, where water met sky in a seamless embrace, lived a Zen master known for his profound wisdom and unwavering tranquility. He sought enlightenment through meditation, often finding solace in the simplicity of nature. One day, as he was deeply immersed in meditation, seated peacefully in his small wooden boat, another boat, completely unmanned, drifted along the gentle current of the river. It was carried by the whims of the wind and water, with no direction or purpose of its own. Slowly, inevitably, it drifted towards the master's boat and bumped it softly. The master, jolted from his meditative state, opened his eyes. Initially, a flicker of annoyance crossed his face. He was ready to scold the careless boatman who had dared to interrupt his peaceful contemplation. He was about to unleash his frustration, but as he focused his gaze, he quickly realized that there was no one at the helm. The boat was completely empty, adrift without direction or control. It was simply a vessel, moved by external forces. At that moment, a profound realization washed over him. He understood that anger, like the empty boat, had nowhere to land within him unless he allowed it. It was an external force, seeking a place to reside, but he had the power to deny it entry. He recognized that he had a choice, to cling to the rising tide of anger, allowing it to consume him, or to simply acknowledge its presence and let it pass, like the empty boat drifting onward. The decision was his and his alone. With newfound clarity, he chose to let go. He released his grip on the potential for anger, allowing it to dissipate like mist in the morning sun. This simple yet powerful story teaches us a profound lesson about the nature of emotions and our ability to control our reactions. It highlights the importance of non-attachment and the freedom that comes from letting go. When we encounter difficulties, frustrations, or unexpected challenges in life, we always have the power to choose how we respond. We are not simply puppets of our emotions. We have the capacity to observe them, understand them, and ultimately decide whether or not to let them dictate our actions. We can cling to anger, nurturing it and allowing it to fester within us, poisoning our thoughts and actions. We can hold on to resentment, replaying past hurts and allowing them to shape our present and future. Or we can succumb to blame, shifting responsibility for our own feelings and experiences onto others. But like the Zen master, we can also choose to let go. We can acknowledge the presence of these emotions, understand their origins, and then consciously allow them to pass through us without clinging to them or letting them define us. This is the path to inner peace and true freedom. In the pursuit of inner peace, one of the most profound skills we can cultivate is the art of letting go. It's not a one-time event, but rather a skill, a practice that deepens and refines itself over time with consistent effort and mindful attention. Think of it as tending to a garden. The more you nurture it, the more it flourishes. Cultivating non-attachment might seem daunting, but it's entirely achievable by integrating simple practices into your daily routine. Here are 3 simple yet powerful steps to begin cultivating non-attachment in daily life. These steps are designed to be accessible and easily integrated into your existing lifestyle, offering a pathway towards greater emotional freedom. First, mindful awareness. Pay attention to your attachments. Become a keen observer of your own mind and emotions. Notice when you feel the urge to control, possess, or cling to something, whether it's a material object, a relationship, an idea, or even a particular outcome. Pay close attention to the physical sensations and emotional responses that arise when you feel attached. Simply observing these patterns without judgment is the first step to letting go. Acknowledge the attachment without criticizing yourself. Treat it as a valuable piece of information about your inner landscape. Second, practice gratitude. Shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. Instead of dwelling on what's missing, consciously direct your attention to the abundance that already exists in your life. Cultivating gratitude for the present moment, for the simple act of breathing, for the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the taste of your favorite beverage. For the people in your life, the relationships that nourish you, the support you receive, and the love you share. Take time to appreciate the unique qualities and contributions of each person in your circle. And for the simple joys of existence naturally loosens the grip of attachment. Gratitude reminds us that we are already rich in many ways, diminishing the perceived need to cling to things for happiness. Third, embrace impermanence. Recognize that everything changes, nothing lasts forever. From the smallest particle to the grandest galaxy, everything is in a constant state of flux. This understanding, far from being depressing, can be liberating. When we accept that change is inevitable, we can release our resistance to it and find peace in the present moment. It allows us to appreciate the beauty of each moment without clinging to its permanence. Like a sunset, its beauty lies in its fleeting nature. Knowing it will fade makes us appreciate it all the more. By incorporating these practices into our daily lives, we can gradually loosen the grip of attachment and experience greater peace and freedom. As you integrate these steps, remember to be patient and kind to yourself. Letting go is a journey, not a destination. One of the biggest obstacles to non-attachment is honestly our tendency to cling to expectations. We often hold these fixed ideas about how things should be, how our lives should unfold, how people should behave, and how events should transpire. And, when reality doesn't match up to those expectations, we suffer. We might feel disappointed, frustrated, or even angry. But what if we could let go of the need for things to go a certain way? By releasing expectations, we actually open ourselves to the beauty of the present moment exactly as it is. We can find joy in the unexpected and embrace the unknown with both courage and curiosity. Acceptance is at the heart of non-attachment. It means acknowledging the reality of our present experience without resistance or judgment. But It doesn't mean we condone injustice or resign ourselves to suffering. Acceptance simply means recognizing what is true in this moment. From this place of acceptance, we can respond to challenges with wisdom and compassion, rather than reacting from a place of fear or anger. When we accept what is, we find a profound sense of inner peace. We're no longer fighting against reality, but flowing with it. This is where true freedom lies. Letting go is not a destination, but a journey. It's a practice that requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to begin again each day. There will be moments when we falter, when our old habits of clinging resurface. Be kind to yourself in those moments. Non-attachment is not about perfection, but about progress. Even small steps in the direction of letting go can have a profound impact on our well-being. Notice the moments when you are able to let go, a small frustration, a fleeting desire, a change in plans. Celebrate these victories, no matter how small. Each act of letting go strengthens our capacity for peace and joy. The paradox of letting go is that in releasing our grip on what we think we need, we discover what truly matters. We find joy in the simple things, connection in the present moment, and peace within ourselves. Non-attachment is not about deprivation. It's about liberation. It's about freeing ourselves from the chains of desire, fear, and clinging so we can experience the fullness of life. When we let go, we make space for something new to emerge, new possibilities, new joys, new ways of being. We open ourselves to the abundance of the present moment and discover the true source of happiness within. The path of non-attachment is a journey towards inner peace and liberation. It's a journey that begins with a single step, a conscious choice to loosen the grip of attachment and embrace the present moment with open arms. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Start small, be patient, and trust that as you cultivate the art of letting go, you will discover a wellspring of peace and happiness within yourself. Embrace the journey, and may it lead you to a life of greater serenity, freedom, and joy.